Good evening, everyone. I hope all of you are doing good. I am Dr. Sandeep Sharma, your pediatric super specialty faculty at PrepLadder SS. And you all know that just a few days back, we had a circular coming from National Board of Examination saying that the NEET SS exam will be held in November. As many of you have messaged me, and some of you requested me through social media saying, Ki, sir, please take a session and try to tell what we can do. First of all, you need to understand the context. The NEET SS exam, which was held in the earlier part this year, was actually 2024. It was postponed and it was held 2025. This is the actual 2025 exam which is being held because COVID caused change in the passing out timing of the students, and certain, those beginning of the session things got delayed. So examiners at National Board of Examination, they were probably, forced to do that. But this is examiner making the setting, making the change, and it is likely that the exam will be held in November 25. So first thing, some of you have said, Ki, sir, would this exam be postponed? Unlikely. I would advise that keep the timing in mind and prepare accordingly. Number two, people are saying, sir, 3 महीने में कैसे होगा? How would we prepare in 3 months? 3 months of time is same for everyone. So what you need is right now just a foolproof strategy and trying not to do silly things, trying not to do too many things at this moment. This session, I'm not going to tell you outlandish things, but the things I'm telling you is based upon my experience as well as my analysis of the previous two NEET SS exams which have been held. So if we go by the pattern, we can only predict the common things. We cannot predict rare or uncommon things. Something rare gets asked, something atypical rare thing happens. It will be same for everyone, and all of you are competent enough to adapt accordingly. But it is always better to prepare according to the current ongoing trends. And that is what I'm going to focus here. This session, I will keep it brief, but I will advise all of you, listen to it again. Now you are listening, some of you are listening to it live, some of you will be listening to it in a recorded way. Try to understand the points I'm making. This video will go up on the YouTube channel of PrepLadder SS. And in case you have any doubts later on, you can post in the comment section. I promise in the next few days, I will keep on coming to this video and try to answer whatever doubts or comments you have. Apart from that, time is limited, yes, but time is the same for everyone. So if it is same for everyone, let us try to do better than others. So what is the strategy you should be following? Knowing the exam is a very, very important thing. So the blueprint that you need at this moment is doable things need to be done. Keep it simple. Focus on syllabus coverage. Touch upon everything. See, you will have INISS also coming a few weeks prior to this exam. So you cannot prepare for both the exams simultaneously. Unfortunately, you will be filling both the forms, but you have to take sides at this moment. Should I be targeting INISS specifically? Should I be targeting NEET SS specifically? Because INISS, the weightage of the specialty is more. Biostats is asked more in details. So you need to devote time to that. At the same time, if you're targeting NEET SS, it is a horizontally spread exam. Every single thing will be important. Something will be asked from pediatric ophthalmology. Something will be asked from pediatric poisoning. Something will also be asked from pediatric ENT as well. So you have to touch upon everything. And if you are targeting NEET SS, I will not talk about INISS here. How to do preparation of both simultaneously, we will try to put another video after this in the coming days. But for now, we are talking about NEET SS exam. Less than 3 months to go. Focus on syllabus coverage. In syllabus coverage, you cannot read cover to cover. How to do syllabus coverage? I will be discussing in the end some suggestions from my end. So first focus should be whatever system you have not touched in the last 3 or 4 months, you have to touch upon that. There should be no system you have not seen in the next 3 months before sitting the exam. Second thing, as I said, touch every system. The time you give should be according to weightage of the subject. Where would you give more weightage? Maximum weightage has been given in the last two exams in 3 systems. Previous NEET SS, pediatric cardiovascular system had a lot of weightage. Those who have given the exam would agree to it, they would know about it. So pediatric CVS, you have to give maximum weightage. Prior to that, the two NEET SS exams, and even in the last NEET SS, there were significant number of questions, almost 15 questions or so, directly or indirectly from pediatric neurology. There were questions from seizures, there were questions from the usual meningitis infections. There were questions from ADEM, and there were questions from neuromuscular disorders also. Neuromuscular disorder, not only the muscular dystrophies, but also the congenital myopathies, you had two questions getting asked. So you have to read CVS and neurology in detail. Apart from that, traditionally NEET SS people favor pediatric nephrology. In every NEET SS, minimum 10 to 15 questions are asked from pediatric nephrology. These are evenly distributed. One question is generally from the embryological basis, or the development of metanephros. If you open Nelson 22nd edition, or if you have an older Nelson, the first chapter, the general chapter of nephrology, always gives you one question. See, if question doesn't get asked, don't blame me later. What I'm telling is based upon the references, the based upon the feedback I've got from the students, and it is based upon what we are seeing every year. So one question is asked from the general part. Then another one or two questions are asked from nephrotic syndrome. One or two questions are asked from the nephritic, so-called nephritic syndrome. There is one question from either AKI or from CKD. So generally only one question gets asked. Mostly it is related to investigation or the treatment part. Once in NEET SS, older papers, 2018 or 19, you will find that staging of AKI has also been asked once. Then when it comes to RTA, renal tubular acidosis, generally one question. Barter, Gittleman, Liddle, Gordon syndrome, all these tubulopathies, you will find one question. And one question will be from renal transplant. And one or two questions will be miscellaneous. So anything apart from that, from the renal system, you can be asked. UTI, look at the guidelines given in 2023. Be thorough with them. There is a strong possibility either VUR or UTI, you will get one question. So CVS, neuro, and nephro are the predictable areas from where questions will be asked. So please try to give 10% more weightage to these three systems to be on the safer side. What are the intermediate subsystems from where questions are being asked? So intermediate systems will be pediatric pulmonology, genetics and syndromes, pediatric endocrinology, milestones, and neonatology. I am asking milestone to be read separately, and don't go into unnecessary details of Illingworth. It is Nelson that examiner sticks to for NEET SS. Only for INISS, you need to read Illingworth a bit more in details. So milestones, if you have gone through the SS videos at PrepLadder, good enough. Additionally, you can have a look at the tables given in Nelson selectively. Generally, every NEET SS has 3 to 4 questions on milestone. One question is on the applied part where they will ask you a screening tool or they will ask you development quotient calculation. 2 questions will be from milestone. They will make a case scenario and ask you the age, or they will give you a spectrum of features and ask you which is the earliest to come, which is the last to come. And one question will be generally based upon the application part in a way that they will say, this particular milestone has come, what is the significance? For example, they will say, child is able to transfer objects hand to hand. What does it show? Right? So there are tables on Nelson in this, and I have covered in the videos also. So milestone will give you roughly 4 questions. Be thorough with milestone. Last week also, you have to revise them well. ऐसा कोई NEET SS नहीं आया so far where at least 2 questions were not asked. So one topic is giving you minimum 2, up to 4 questions. Be ready with the topic. Neonatology will give you, go with AIMS protocol. For INISS, every word of AIMS protocol is important. For NEET SS, you can be selective. In AIMS protocol, you can focus on the commonly asked topics like RDS, TTN, neonatal jaundice, neonatal hypoglycemia, polycythemia, and clohurting. Don't miss the first 2 chapters. They will be relevant for INISS also. They will be relevant for NEET SS also. Moving to special topics. I call them as rank deciding topics. Nutrition कहाँ गया? Traditionally, let me tell you, nutrition से कम questions आ रहे हैं. That does not mean nutrition is not getting asked. Nutrition questions are not direct question or Erasmus. They are asking you indirect question. For example, last 2 NEET SS. If you leave the last one, this year one, the preceding 2 NEET SS had case scenarios asked on refeeding syndrome, and there was a question on nutritional recovery syndrome, Gomez syndrome, right? You have read both of them. So you need to be thorough with the complication part of nutrition, malnutrition that is being asked. So special rank deciding topics are inborn error of metabolism. They are very frequently asked and they are rank deciding topics. Topics like heart nerve disease, topics like your galactosemias, topics like porphyrias, you need to be thorough with. New guidelines, any change in the last 1.5 year, sure, short topic in an important area, of course. New drugs are being asked, any new drug which has been released, any new drug added to Nelson 22nd edition. For example, there are crisanlizumab, they will ask you. What is the role? Where does it target? It is used in sickle cell anemia. Then you will have the new monoclonal antibodies being used in bronchial asthma. Hot topic, likely to be asked. GINA 25 guidelines you need to be thorough with. And Nelson 22nd edition updates. Compared to Nelson 21st, 22nd edition changes will be asked in the exam. I have said these special topics, if you are thorough and even if you strike one or two more than compared to normal students who are sitting, you will clinch the rank. You will get a branch of your choice. This is not the bulk, but this will be rank deciding for your exam. So focus on syllabus coverage, touch every system. Where to give more weightage, I have told you. This is practical. You're not, NEET UG people or preparing for NEET PG. You're smart people. You're pediatricians. Probably you know more than me. It's only the experience which is on my side. So I'm telling with the experience that these are the areas you should focus on. How to focus? You can always reach out to me. Personally, also, you can reach out to me on Telegram. You can reach out to me in the comment section of this video. Coming to how to plan. Now, whenever you have to plan, consider rapid revision of PrepLadder NEET SS. Now, you will say, sir, आप तो promotion कर रहे हैं promotion. Why am I doing? Because what option do you have? Can you read those 300 hours of videos? Can you read the entire Nelson? No, you don't have the time. So if you have PrepLadder NEET SS, go through rapid revision. Don't miss a single video. Apart from that, selective addition of Nelson will give you a fighting chance. Now you may ask me, counter question. Sir, do you think rapid revision of PrepLadder NEET SS should be fine and should be enough to crack the exam? My answer is no. But will it give you a fighting chance or an edge in the exam? Yes, because we have kept in mind that if you are running short on time, we never knew when we were making this NEET SS exam, this rapid revision exam module, that NEET SS will be announced with only 3 months to go. So if you have 3 months to go and running short on time, already doing duties or already working somewhere, or panic is setting in, trust the source. Add it to your notes. Only 35 hours of doable. You can finish in 1 month and 2 revisions you can do. Plus whatever preparation you are doing, it should be a no-brainer for you. So try to do it at the same time. I understand that you are not following PrepLadder SS. तो उसके बिना हो जाएगा, right? I'm not saying that it is essential, but if you feel it can work for you, you should consider it, because we have created those videos, touched upon every system. Milestone का discussion जो है, I have kept it deliberately less than 1 hour. So उसको revise करो and be thorough with it. पानी की तरह, it should be clear in your mind. You have a fighting chance in the exam. So this is something you can add to your preparation. If you feel कि इसके बिना भी काम चल जाएगा, you can still crack the exam, right? I don't claim to know everything. I don't claim to have that सब कुछ आता है. Next thing, Nelson updates. As I said, be thorough. Nelson update कैसे पता चलेगा? I have shared there is a dedicated module in PrepLadder NEET SS. Apart from that, there are so many WhatsApp groups, so many college alumni groups, so many academic pages where people post the Nelson updates. So if you are a member of any of them, if you catch hold of those things, you can go through them. Coming days, I will try to do LRR, rapid revision of this, and some LRR videos are already available. You can go through them. So please go through the LRR series that I created for NEET SS earlier held in this year. That will be relevant for this exam also. If you don't have access to PrepLadder NEET SS, you can still go through those videos. They will be helpful. And Nelson updates, again, lists are there. You can reach out to me in case you need any help. Touch every system. Sir, ये बार-बार क्यों लिख रहे हैं? Because everything will be asked. अब देखो, pediatric ophthalmology, you can't read everything. So if I am a student preparing for pediatric ophthalmology, मुझे touch करना है, तो मैं क्या पढ़ूंगा? Cataract पढ़ूंगा. Because सोच के देखो ना, if you are a pediatrician, can you treat a corneal dystrophy? You can't treat a corneal dystrophy. You can't diagnose a corneal dystrophy. So cornea, running short on time, don't read cornea. But fundus examination you can do. So read the retina chapter. All the retinitis pigmentosa and atypical things. Lens abnormalities you can see. So look at cataract. Refractive errors you can diagnose. This is what your NEET SS examiner will be interested in knowing. He will not check your ophthalmology knowledge. He will check your pediatric ophthalmology knowledge. So go with refractory errors and go with how does the child's eye differ from an adult eye. If you have done through these, you are relatively safe. Would something be asked? I don't know. I'm not an astrologer. But if I have a limited time, rather than leaving it totally, or doing it diffusely and not remembering anything, I will touch upon these things. So you have to identify and target specific areas in every system. Every system has some things which are more important than the other. The Ohtahara syndrome is important, लेकिन last minute में पढ़ना क्या है? West syndrome and Lennox-Gastaut syndrome. Ohtahara, just remember 4 points, good enough. Don't go into the unnecessary details. Try not to do review article touch nahi karna. If you touch review article, every review article you touch with 3 months, less than 3 months to go, you are playing with fire. Now the time is gone. You are not there to do PhD. You are there to get the answer of the MCQ correct, right? Bare minimum knowledge. कोई syndrome याद नहीं हो रहा, क्या करना है? Inheritance, gene, chromosome, PQ को भी छोड़ दो, because now you will not be able to remember, right? Chromosome number, major function किस organ को affect कर रहा है? Hallmark clinical finding, sixth feature, radiological or biochemical finding, investigation of choice, therapy of choice. Bas 7 or 8 points, good enough. Go to the next syndrome. Don't try to, but touch upon every system or her syndrome, important topic, important syndrome, just touch upon that. And write them somewhere so that you can revise them again. Non-Mendelian inheritance, detail में पढ़ के जाना है. Experience says, my experience says, my observation says, there are 3 questions, 2 to 3 questions from non-Mendelian inheritance: genomic imprinting, your so-called mitochondrial inheritance, then Y-linked inheritance, anticipation phenomena, also mosaicism. These 5 topics, non-Mendelian inheritance, please go through them thoroughly. They will be useful. They will be useful. Next thing, cardiac embryology. 1 hour daily. Mushkil hai, I know. Cardiac looping had 2 MCQs last NEET SS. And indirect questions on cardiac embryology, which is a conotruncal defect, which is not this defect, they were asked in the exam. So last NEET SS had about 3 to 4 questions. अब ऐसा भी हो सकता है, it does not get asked. But would you be willing to take the chance? I would not. तो मैं क्या करूंगा? Whenever I'm doing cardiology and I have given, say, 10 days to cardiology, apart and I am reading 12 hours in a day, 11 hours I will read the normal cardiology, but 1 hour daily for the next 12 days I will read cardiac embryology. 12 घंटे पढ़ना. Small aliquots you have to read, and after that, one day, revise whatever you had read after a gap of 1 week. This will give you a fighting chance. This will give you confidence. Cardiac embryology पे question नहीं आया, no, it's okay. But अगर आ गया, एक भी आ गया, और NEET SS में इस साल आया है, 2-3 बार आया है, 2-3 times it has been asked. If it gets asked, your rank will zoom away. If you try to read cardiac embryology from morning to night, by night time, you will go mad. Right? You will go mad. Or you will be like, you'll throw away the book, throw away your Nelson, and you'll say, I'm going to watch some movie, watch some OTT, watch Mirzapur and sleep off. Don't do that. Break it down into equal parts. And we will try at NEET SS. Many of you requested, sir, do something on cardiac embryology. I have a meeting with the team on Monday, coming Monday. I'm right now out of town. I'm taking a session from outside Chandigarh. So once I go back, I'll try talk with the team. And if possible, we will try to either put up a session in the app itself, detailed session in the app, and a summary session in the YouTube section, so that everyone benefits from it, right? But that will not be a replacement for your own reading. But key points which were asked, I have a partial recall available, so I will try to put it up in the coming months. Finish syllabus in 2 months. आपके पास नवंबर तक का टाइम नहीं है. You don't have time till November. By Deepavali, finish the syllabus. Anything after Deepavali is your revision time. Because if you don't revise, you will not remember it. Biostats is not important for this. पढ़ के जाना है. Ideal world, you should. 3 months to go, I have to lead something. तो क्या छोड़ूंगा? Biostats छोड़. मन कर रहा है पढ़ने का. If you're targeting INISS, you have to. तो जितना उसके लिए पढ़ा है काफी है. But once you have given INISS and now you have to prepare for NEET SS, दोनों के बीच में जो गैप है, don't touch biostats. आएगा question in the last 4 NEET SS, starting from this year, then last year नहीं हुआ, then 23, then 22. You go back all the way till 4 last in NEET SS exam. One question on biostats has been asked. There was a question asked on ANOVA test. So if you can answer it, great. If you cannot answer it, that will not decide your pass or fail. So biostats, touch upon it, maybe half a day, not more than half a day. Because many of you will be sitting in NEET SS, INISS also, है ना? उसके लिए जो पढ़ना है वो काफी है. Half a day between NEET SS and INISS, you can sneak in. And lastly, time is the same for everyone. So this is the blueprint. अब आप बोलेंगे सर blueprint क्या बताया आपने? Blueprint मैंने बताया, touch upon every system, finish syllabus in 2 months, start followed by revision. Areas to focus on: pediatric neuro, pediatric CVS, pediatric nephro, cardiac looping, cardiac embryology, 1 hour per day for up to 2 weeks, 12 to 14 hours, good enough. Revise it so that you are safe in that difficult section. Intermediate subjects, I told you. Rank deciding subjects, I told you. Don't miss Nelson update. RR, you can consider. But end of the day, Nelson direct book reading will be very difficult at this moment. So just focus on consolidation. Consolidation means if I ask you randomly, theta point to alternance, immediately it should come to your mind. What is the diagnosis I'm talking about? I'm talking about benign neonatal convulsions, right? Immediately it should come to your mind. Sochna nahi chahiye. You need that accuracy. Because NEET SS questions, if you look at the total paper, 10% questions are atypical and they are not supposed to be solved. They will not decide your rank. Very easy questions. Drug of choice in ACTH, drug of choice in West syndrome. ACTH given in the option, tuberous sclerosis not mentioned. High dose ACTH is the only option. High dose ACTH is the answer. This question you have to mark. This will not decide your rank. Rank kisme decide hoga? Milestones will decide. Inborn errors of metabolism. So what everyone is marking, you also mark in the areas which are important. Every system has a few areas you have to focus on. If I am a student preparing, I would give roughly about 10 days to 12 days to cardio, CBS. I will give 10 to 12 days roughly to neuro, about 1 week to nephro. Remaining time, I will distribute according to the weightage of the subjects. And if you are already good in one of these subjects, you can reduce maybe 1 or 2 days, touch upon everything. 1 day or half a day, I will give for pediatric ophthalmology. 1 day or half a day. When I say 1 day, it means 12 hours of reading. So 6 to 7 hours for ophthalmology, pediatric ophthalmology, 6 to 7 hours for pediatric ENT. And then accordingly, I will try to devote my time. ज़्यादा दे सकते हैं, you can give, but only issue is, do you have the time? So we have to do it within the time and we have to then revise also. So just keep time for revision. After Deepavali, you should not read anything new except new drug or some update or my LRR which comes in. So you will have to read, right? So this was the best thing I could answer because I am not an astrologer and even I am very, dumbfounded by how to prepare in 3 months. But if I am a student, this is the strategy I will be following based upon how exams have been coming. One of you is asking me in the live chat, what if main videos are done having the PrepLadder source been one reading? If all videos already done, PrepLadder notes already there with you, focus on revising them, add rapid revision, add LRR already which were done in the month of March, and add LRR. Some of them we will be doing in the coming days. I think it should be good. Plus, as I said, cardiac embryology you had, and topics which you have missed out, or maybe we have touched superficially, try to do them from Nelson 22nd. That is the best that I can advise. So I hope all of you will do great. You have any doubts, please feel free to post in the live chat box. You can reach out to me at PrepLadder SS. We are available. And do consider at the same time, this is a session where I could have, given you snapshots of PrepLadder SS, telling strike rate. And I'm not doing that. There is no time. Just focus on doing everything. NEET SS is Nelson based. 80%, 85% paper is Nelson. 10-15% is common sense. Another 5-10%, last 5-10% is unsolvable. So that unsolvable will not decide your rank. That unsolvable will only give you whether you get rank 2 or rank 20. That is only deciding. But branch of your choice, you will be able to get if you just tackle the doable things. I hope all of you do well. And we'll be in touch. This is just the first of the many videos I will be putting up and interacting with all of you. Please reach out to me. And if you want me to take up anything specific, please ask me in the comment section. And please subscribe to PrepLadder YouTube channel and also be in touch with us. And thank you so much for your time. How frequently we should give GTs? Raghuraj is asking. Raghuraj, you don't have much time. Maybe once every 2 weeks. that should be enough. So from now, if you count 5 to 6 GTs, if you're able to give, good enough. Because you need to revise theory as well. Okay, thank you so much. I hope it was helpful. I've, these may look like only 15-20 minute session, but I've done my homework so that I give you the best. Let's hope for the best. Prepare well. Thank you so much. Bye bye.